Most people restart the wrong way after a setback, whether it's a career move that didn't work, a business that failed, school that stalled, or a season of life that threw everything off. The instinct is usually the same. People try to fix everything at once. They rush, they overcorrect, they make dramatic plans, they look for a fresh start that feels very powerful. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. Starting over doesn't fail because people lack motivations. No, it fails because they restart with intensity instead of structure. One of the clearest explanations for this comes from a book titled The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. The core idea of that book is simple but often misunderstood. Yes, progress doesn't come from big resets. It comes from small, repeatable actions done consistently over time. That matters a lot when you're starting over because after a setback, momentum is broken. And when momentum is broken, trying to move fast actually works against you. Here is what most people do wrong first. They treat the setback like an emergency. They try to erase the past instead of building forward. They aim for a complete transformation instead of stabilizing their footing. So they say things like, I need to fix my career immediately, or I need to make all the money back, or I need to figure out my life, my entire future right now. That pressure creates poor decisions. Darren Hardy talks about small choices and how they compound, but the opposite is also very true. Bad restarts compound in the wrong direction. When you overload yourself with a setback, you don't rebuild momentum, you burn through energy. So let's talk about what actually works. The first step in starting over is not setting a big goal, is restoring consistency. After a setback, your job is not to prove how capable you are. Your job is to reestablish reliable input. That might look like small, predictable work schedule, one skill you practice daily, one income related action you repeat weekly, or one decision you remove instead of adding. That's the compound effect in real life. Not hype, not momentum, just steady inputs that don't require emotional energy to maintain. The second is narrowing your focus. After a setback, people want to explore every option. They research everything and they open too many doors at once. No, progress doesn't come from having too many options. It comes from committing to a direction long enough for results to compound. Instead of asking, what's the perfect plan? Ask, what's one direction I can move in consistently for the next 6 months? Direction creates traction. Traction creates clarity, not the other way around. The third step is rebuilding systems before chasing outcomes. This is where many people get discouraged. They compare themselves to where they think they should be. They focus on outcomes they haven't reached yet. They measure success emotionally instead of structurally. But outcomes lag, systems lead. If you're restarting a career, the system might be weekly applications, monthly skill development, consistent networking. If you are restarting after a business setback, the system might be regular income tracking, smaller testable offers, simpler operations. If you're restarting education, the system might be short study blocks, predictable schedules, and clear milestones. Darren Hardy emphasizes that the compound effect doesn't work because actions are exciting. No, it works because they are repeatable. The final piece is patience with the lag. This is where most people quit too early. Compounding doesn't feel rewarding at first. No, it doesn't. It feels boring. It feels very slow. It feels like nothing is happening. But that's the phase where progress is quietly building. Starting over isn't about dramatic reinvention. It's about rebuilding momentum in a way that doesn't collapse under pressure. A setback doesn't mean that you're starting from zero. It means that you are restarting with experience, When you focus on consistency, direction, systems, and patience, progress becomes sustainable again. That's how people start over the right way. If you're navigating a reset in your career, education, finances, or life directions, this channel is here to help you make practical decisions that actually hold up in real life.